Good evening. A widow in Parksville has been slapped with a bill for $35,000 because of what lies beneath the surface of her land. Before Louise Allix built a new home on her property, she was informed that it was a heritage site. A team of archaeologists sifted through the land, and when they dug, they found bones, human bones, artifacts, and the skeleton of a dog. The family, however, does not understand why they're being stuck with this big bill. A News Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett has the story. He joins us now in our Mid-Island Bureau with details. Jonathan.
Hudson, Louise Allix and her family moved onto the property in 1965. They were never told the land held any archaeological significance, that is, until very recently. The first Louise Allix and her family knew their property was a heritage site was when they decided to build a new one-level house on their land.
We received a letter from an archaeologist, and she said that she had found out that we were planning to build on an archaeological site, and she offered to do all the test holes and everything.
The test holes would cost about $4,000, but the project became more complex.
They were here for like 2 weeks or something, and they had to sort out every inch, every teaspoon.
Archaeologists found human bones, artifacts, and the skeleton of a dog. Yesterday, Allix received an itemized bill for the archaeological dig, $35,000. It includes accommodation, food, and other expenses.
Their lunches, their food, their accommodation, their gas, all sorts of strange things. And I really don't see why, if they're being paid $80 an hour, I should pay for their lunch.
Her son Tim agrees. If someone is interested in what's below the surface, then they should pay, not the landowner.
That's my big question. Why does the landowner have to pay that? The person paying that should be the person who wants the artifacts out of the ground.
The Allixes have lived on this property for 45 years, and no one's ever told them it was a heritage site, although there was evidence that there was a midden nearby. A midden is the remains of shells, bones, and other debris, evidence of an ancient First Nation village or camp.
I've never tried to insist that this was not very interesting. I just don't really see why I should have to pay for it.
It's better to ask forgiveness than permission, and I think an awful lot of people are just going to dig anyway. And then when somebody says you shouldn't have done that, they say, oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Louise Allix's husband died last summer. He never saw his new house completed.
He wasn't in particularly good health, but he was so angry and upset that I'm quite certain in my own mind that it hastened his death.
Louise Allix says she's on a fixed income, so doesn't know at this point how she'll be scraping up the money to pay the $35,000 bill for the archaeological work. Her son, Tim, who lives on the property, was planning to build a house next to his mother's, but knowing he'll have to pay around $35,000, he's had second thoughts and will probably be putting it out for sale. Hudson?
All right, Jonathan Bartlett reporting. Jonathan, thank you.
You're welcome.